Hi, I'm Oscar. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Woking, just near London, and I'm here at CJP doing a podcast for work experience.
Hi, I'm Hazal and I'm from London and I'm 21 years old. I came to CJP to do podcast and work experience.
So today we're just going to talk a little bit about life in general as a blind person, inside, outside of college, how we get about day to day, what passions we have and how we're able to access them, and what any challenges we overcome and how we overcome them. So I guess I'll start off by saying to you, since coming to RNC, since coming to college, moving all the way from home, what skills have you and independence have you gained since you've been there? Is there anything you done here that you previously couldn't do?
Yes, I used to be scared to go outside by myself, but since I come to RNC, I started calling a taxi, which I used to be scared to do, but now I'm not scared as much to call them up and ask.
You know, that's a huge thing, because that essentially is freedom, isn't it? That's, you can go where you want.
Yes.
You are like, for me, similarly, that's going on the train, and it started off with small journeys to going across the country. I went down to Cornwall in the summer, and that's something I just didn't think would ever happen for me at any point in my life. And that gives us the freedom to just be the average person and do what you want.
My biggest one was train, to be honest. Train,
yeah.
And
I have to agree.
I did that by getting travel assistance. I went, they took me to the train, and then I travelled to London.
Yeah,
Paddington, and then Dad picked me up from there.
Yeah, they do an amazing job, the rail assistants, and I'd have to agree, that's probably my biggest one too, because that is independence for us, that is freedom. I think that's just the goal. That's what we're aiming for, that's what we want, and that's what we're working
I will do it again
towards.
Because I'm not scared anymore. I will
exactly,
go on the train.
You've got that confidence now.
I will go in the train and I will go to London without scaring us.
Yeah, exactly. You've got that confidence now. And I feel the same. I totally feel you there. You know, I was really nervous at first, and you push on and it's the best thing you've ever done. And
I can't believe how scared I was.
It's even things like cooking as well. You know, I'm now cooking for myself every night of the week, and that's, again, something I always thought, is that something I'm going to be able to do? Because I never had that confidence. I never even thought it would be possible. And then, you know, and I came to RNC, and it is. And there's ways to do it.
Hopefully going to do the same thing. I'm hopefully going to start cooking for myself. I'm going to be having independent living skills lessons and / mobility lessons. Hopefully I'll be able to buy my own stuff and then cook without anyone's help.
No, and that's an amazing feeling as well.
Definitely.
You do it just like when you get the train. It's just amazing to have that independence, and luckily that's what the college gives us. But it's not just, you know, mobility and independent living skills. It's also things like our assistive tech, you know, what we use in college. Is there any, like for me, I'd say a laptop with JAWS, which is a screen reader on it. That's my essentials. That's what I need to be able to work independently for my studies, and obviously later on in life in the workplace. Is there anything that you use that helps you, any essential tech that you have to have day to day to allow you to be independent?
So day to day will be my phone, laptop. On my laptop, I use a software called JAWS as well. But it depends which laptop I use, because I have two. I have one for college and one for home. For my home one, it will be Dell, which has NVDA, and for the HP computer, it will be JAWS.
See, I've had some experience with NVDA, but I've also heard quite bad things about it. That it's a bit laggy. Is there any comment you'll give on that? Would you say it's kind of laggy, kind of?
It's okay. I just need to know more shortcuts about NVDA. I don't know as such as I knew for JAWS.
As far as I'm aware, NVDA is free, though JAWS is quite a lot of money. So.
Oh yeah, there's something about that.
I can see why a lot of people go for NVDA. especially if you're not in college or anything.
Oh,
It's
no.
coming out of your own wallet, yeah. That definitely. But it's also things like it can help with our independent living. It's not just things like laptops and phones. We have a liquid level indicator.
Which helps us to make tea or coffee.
Yep.
We have talking scales, which helps us to bake.
You've got food thermometers that talk, so you know.
That's mainly used for meat.
If chicken's safe and things like that.
Sausages, yeah, things like that. We also have electric whisks, which you could whisk your cake if you're making it. It's easy peasy.
Yeah.
Than using a manual one.
There's a huge amount of things that, you know, go into it. It's the way I always think about it is it's independence, but it's just a different way of doing it. It's just different to how a sighted person would doing it, but we're still doing it. It's just with some alterations. And things like that. And the aim, because independence is a very broadly used term, and I'd say for me, it's not to be independent, but it's as to be dependent on people as a sighted person would be. So you're trying to get to that point.
I don't want to keep relying on someone. It's just not good.
And I think, yeah, that's just overall what it is. But I know, again, tech helps you in your studies, it helps you live independently, helps with your mobility.
Definitely.
Because you can have things like seeing AI. That
Be
helps,
My Eyes.
Again, independent living helps with shops. Be My Eyes is really good because that has AI, so it's amazing and accurate at describing things.
ChatGPT, that also helps.
But what I'm interested in is how is this, because I know you're an aspiring musician, how do these technologies and what technologies have and do help you compose and create your music?
Well, how I always create my music, when I have an idea about what I'm going to write, I tend to drop my words down onto a computer as soon as I hear a word in my head. Once I drop that first word, the others come along straight away.
That's overall how you write your music then?
That's overall how I write my music. And then I sit down and then I make the melody in my head. And then what I would do is I would go into Logic Pro, create a drum beat for that particular song.
Yeah, because I know you're quite gifted with that and melodies and very musical, very talented. How long would you say, bearing in mind with all the assistive tech and kind of alterations and different ways you have to go about making music to a sighted person, how long would you say it takes you from the very moment you kind of perceive an idea for a song to then getting it out, getting it produced and releasing it?
Well, producing will take long because melody doesn't take long, the writing doesn't take long. It's only the making the music bed that takes long, because think about it, creating a drum beat and then recording your vocals in it.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have to mix, edit. What else?
Yeah, mix, edit. You have to, you have to make sure it's all perfect. You have to
Put some
extend it.
effects on it. If it's an audio file.
Yeah, put some effects on it. There's a whole host of things you have to do. You have to do EQ.
Yeah.
You have to place, again, as you said, all these different effects on it.
And obviously, your main bit is to structure. You have to structure your beat before you even record your vocals.
Yeah, exactly. So would you say there's a particular time frame? Like weeks, months?
It depends what your drum beat is, because, for example, if your vocals are easy to do, like if you have a easy melody, you can create it in a couple of hours.
Exactly.
And you can start structuring that, and then in the end you can add your vocals, and then you can start to mix, edit.
And how did you originally come into the world of music and get inspired to start making your own stuff?
I started by doing cover, and then what I did was I met a music teacher here in London, and she started giving me music lessons, and then I got inspired from her. She's a really good music teacher.
Yeah.
I've been playing the piano for a while. Sorry, not piano, flute. I did start playing the piano when I was little, but I just didn't like it. So I changed my mind and I went to flute. Now I'm having my level 1 flute, classical.
I think I'm right in thinking flute's quite a difficult instrument to play.
It is, to be honest.
I mean, I've only tried it a bit myself, and it's not easy. It's a lot of work to get there.
Yeah.
But that's just one of the things that thanks to college, you're able to pursue from an academic point of view and get a qualification. But I know it's also a passion for you outside of college, obviously, because you've talked about how you got inspired and things like that. And I know for you that's a really big thing. And that's just one of the things that college allows us to do, to get those qualifications. And there's never something, I don't think, that you will not enjoy. There's something for everyone at college, and you get the support you need to get not only those core qualifications, but also passions and things like that. And for you, Haz, I know that's music. So that's really good that you get to take that course, and you have amazing facilities there, and you have a state-of-the-art studio.
I wish I
really
could have done
teachers.
level 3 as well, but because of my entry-level maths, unfortunately I can't.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they said I can do an additional course, which is not the qualification. So I can still be doing media or / audio media music production. I can still do it, but just I won't get the level 3 qualification, which is an additional.
So, but that's you're going to get there eventually.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. That's really good. And that's just it's amazing what the college offers us to do. And even outside of all the lessons and academic side of it, life at college, what would you say your experience socially has been since joining RNC has?
Oh, really good. My socialising skills have just opened.
Yeah, because I know it's like, for me, I'm doing something nearly every weekend. I'm going out with friends. That's, and for me, it's like, that's a huge thing, because you've never had that.
Last year, I went out a lot. Went on school trips and things like that. This year, I think I just wanted the new students to go out and have fun. I wanted to give them a turn.
Yeah,
that's
why. I know, there's a lot of activities that go on. I know from last year, I know you went on a lot of them, because you always used to tell me in media and things like that. It's amazing. It's such a community as well. There's always people that help you and are there for you, and we're all like quite a tight little bubble, and we all bounce off each other, and it's like a second family.
I guess what I've also done, when we had our DOV, which stands for Duke of Edinburgh, I walked without my cane, and I felt that was freedom for me.
Yeah, I guess because canes are amazing, obviously they help you get about, but I totally understand sometimes it would be nice to just not have that. Almost, it feels like it holds you back sometimes a bit, because I know there's a lot of people who kind of look at you and they see the cane, they don't see the person, is the way I always like to say it. So I understand what you mean. That would be a really big thing, wouldn't it?
I done it. It was really good.
Bet you're glad you got to do that.
Yes, definitely.
Whereas college also helps with not just academically, and also with our independence and mobility, but it gives us a chance to discover new passions and existing passions, as we talked about, you has with your music.
And I believe you have a passion about blind football, am I correct?
Do. And luckily for me, I've discovered a new passion, which is just the world of blind sports, which I've been very privileged to take part in, and I'm training with the top coaches in the country, and Great Britain coaches coach me, and it's incredible. I played a little bit of blind football last year, which is a really incredible, skillful sport. Takes a lot of precision, a lot of accuracy. We play it all wearing blackout shades to give everyone on the pitch the same level of level the playing field, to give everyone equal sight, because obviously there's some people who have some sight, some people who don't have any, because obviously blindness is a spectrum. Blind doesn't mean you can't see anything. It can mean you still have some sight. In my case, that's true. I have colours and very large shapes, and I can see some things if they're quite high contrast. Outside of that, things can be a bit less useful, but for me, I play what they would call B1 football, which is where you wear blackout eye shades, you're totally blind on the pitch, and that is played by what they call B1 and B2s, which is people with either no sight or some kind of poor sight. And the classification system works with, there's 5 Bs. There's B5, which I like to say is kind of normal, and then B3 is kind of where you get into that. B4 is kind of poor, and B3 is where you get into that para type situation, parasports type situation. And yeah, I think I haven't been officially classified, but I've been kind of estimated at kind of B2 sort of area, which, you know, it's a very interesting way of doing it. But for me, I do like goalball, which is another blind sport, which is the one I play.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How did you get inspired to do blind football or blind goalball?
Well, it's really come about with when I came to college. Obviously, I was exposed to a lot of amazing people I know who do those sports, and I said, I really want to be a part of this community. I want to make something of myself in this, and I want to do it. And so I went to the goalball coach at the college, and I said, how can I get into this? And they put training sessions on my timetable, and a year later I'm now playing for the college and representing them in tournaments, which is really amazing.
Excellent. That's really cool.
I'm at what they call a novice level, which is beginner level. There's 3 levels with goalball. There's novice, intermediate, and then there's finally elite.
What does intermediate mean?
Intermediate is kind of the middle level. So I am beginner, new to the sport. Intermediate is experienced, and then elite is kind of professional, ultimate. That would be Paralympic level. And goalball works, it's everyone, each team consists of 3 players plus 1 person who they can sub in at kind of any point in the game that they want to replace someone existing on the pitch. And it's, or the court, I should say, sorry. And goalball has 2 goals on each side, which consists of 7 zones, if you will, that you have to try and score at. And it's each team has 10-second penalty or 10-second time limit to return the ball from when they get it. So it's be 1 team, 1 player from each team. You have 3 positions on court. You have 2 wingers on the left and the right, and then you have a centre player in the middle. They communicate with each other. Communication is the most important thing in goalball. They communicate with each other, and they throw whichever player wants to, or whichever player is kind of, has, any player can throw kind of from any position they want, as long as they communicate with their other teammates, and they throw the ball to try and score past the other team. If the other team defends it, then they begin their 10 seconds to return the ball back.
That's really cool.
Across the court.
To be honest, I've never liked goalball. I don't know why, but I've just never liked it.
Yeah, for me, I love it. I think it's incredible. It's a sport that just is pure accessibility, because it's a sport that is made for blind people. It wasn't adapted because it's not a sport for sighted people. It's made for blind people. Obviously, sighted people can play it under shades, but they wouldn't be able to play internationally or Paralympic level, because obviously you have to be blind to play it. But I think that's, for me, what I love about it, how unique it is. It's a sport that is developed and made just for us.
I played cricket last year, but I got bored of it, so I just didn't play it anymore. I quite like going to the gym instead, to be honest, or walking. Yeah,
gym's good. Like, luckily, again, at college, we have really amazing facilities.
We do.
Gym.
And I quite like the student gym, actually. Yeah. There's quite a couple of things we can do.
But no, it's incredible goalball, and I'm really proud to be representing college. And it's really good, and hopefully I'll take it further and get to that intermediate level, and one day in the future get to that elite level. And
I think you should.
Yeah, try and get there.
I think you'll be good.
And then only time will tell. But yeah, that's the plan. I think that's all we got time for, but thank you very much for joining us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.